A list of the contacts. I'm not sure why we just came to the spaceport instead of using the telephone to call them.
Well, this is also where some of the offices are.
We're just going to cold call the offices?
People are friendly, they'll let you in.
Sounds good. Why don't we go with the closest one, as is the most expedient, unless you, for some other reason, think we should visit someone else first. I wouldn't want to commit any gaucheries.
Well, there are some over there, but they're way over there. I like the closer ones too.
Okay. So, do you want to roll me a d10? Let's see. Let's roll you a random person. The Gamma World NPC that you have a contact with in the spaceport. There is a proprietor, seller, and general trader of ships and the like. One.
Here's one.
Reggie. He's a thin human with dark skin and black hair. He came to this world because he was interested in psionics and he wanted to be one. And then they found out he has no awakened MES skill within him. So he went for the next best thing, and that's spaceships. He's been doing it for a long time now. He's in his 60s.
Very good.
All right, how does this benefit us?
You'll like Reggie. Reggie's a real nice guy, you know. He's a little old, but he's still got like a lot of energy. It'll be fun.
Reggie is known to handle bulk trading and often deals with big passenger ships, always looking for more people to work.
Well, we can't. Wow.
Yeah, you see, he already has some job openings. You know, we got like this whole list. He's always looking for more. Guaranteed, we could just leave the planet if we want.
Well, what positions does he have open?
Well, we'll find out in a couple seconds.
I would think there would be some sort of job exchange, or perhaps even classified advertising. But apparently, people just walk in and get jobs. These millennials.
Well, you know, it's all about who you know.
There is a job board right there in the spaceport, right in the middle of the big crowd. It is called a freight job board. Generally, this is where people come to pick up trade missions. You could go and look there, or you could go to the contact directly. Or you could search...
if Reggie uses the board and puts up like the positions he's looking for, we could probably just grab those to our data pads, scroll through them, and then bring that up to his office and go, hey.
We're sort of looking for something that requires a crew of 7, as there's both me and my 6 attendants.
Or you could also search the local net, since you do have a giant robot with you who has a data slab and a compad. You all have compads. You can all search the internet if you want. It's up to you guys.
Yep. I do have some training in programming, but I mean, that's not required to like look through a job board, right?
No. It would be just a simple admin role to see how good of a job you're able to find.
Admin. I don't have that.
Actually, if I can connect myself to my data slab and access the, the net, I can commit a point of my processing to my query data core routine, which is commit processing for the scene as a main action, ask one question about a database you have access to, and get a reply as if you had virtually unlimited time to search and examine the data's contents. So I could just do it as though I spent infinity time on it and get the proper answer that we want.
All right, well, very well then, Master All-in-One. Go ahead and search the databases. We're looking for a ship that would take us somewhere that needs a crew complement of 7.
All right, I will pass that on to what do we call him, Space Master? I will pass that on to the Space Master as the question of my format being, which of these ships is looking for a crew of at least 7 people that fit our specific needs, and specifically the needs of Lady Vespasia?
So, a ship with 7 that needs 7 or more people.
Well, yeah, but the way I phrased it is specifically needs 7 people of our specific skill sets and fits the needs of Lady Vespasia. Since I have
Okay.
almost nearly unlimited time in my routines, I figure I can get super specific.
You can. It just means the margin becomes a lot thinner.
Right, but
Okay.
I think
There's
in my character's mind, that I would probably want to find the perfect job, or rather, the job that would displease my lady, my lady the least, rather than the one that pays the best.
Okay. So, are you looking for a trade or a general job? General
What?
jobs include. So, this is the two categories that the job board is broken down into. You find 5 that could possibly fit your search. 5 trade jobs and 5 general jobs. Trade jobs include simply working trade, dumb labor, or hauling items from one sector to another.
I
General jobs
figure
are a lot wider and include not so honest work.
my quality of search is on the level of Rain Man, in which I'm investigating the ship's safety record and then the ship's quality of life on board to live up to Lady Vespasia's standards. Pay, you know.
Awesome. I actually have. Yeah, you've. Roll me an admin intelligence check quickly.
No, I still need to
Don't
roll,
worry.
huh?
Result isn't result isn't really a problem. It's just for me.
Okay.
Nice. Is that a double one? No.
That is a 1 plus 2 minus 1 plus 1.
No more NPCs. 2 moments. Huh.
Dear.
Okay.
But again, I had virtually unlimited amount of time to double check all these things. So,
Doesn't make anything complicated at all. Don't worry about it. So, Captain Diana, a partial fungoid, as they are called, who is a strange, I guess we'll call it sentient plant, is searching for a number of crew to help run and maintain her ship for security of long-range haul. The ship she has is... One moment, I will give you the ship details.
Hopefully, it has oxygen.
Yeah, it does have oxygen.
it would have to be.
She takes-
Again, I had unlimited time.
I
Now,
know.
you haven't been on a ship with one of these before. It gets really musty because, they're fungus. But, it's okay, I swear. It's fine. It's fine.
Her ship is called the Stellar Constellation. It's a blocky ship with obsolete plasma engines, which is old tech that still works. It's just not many people use them these days. It's got astronomical sensors and a defensive force shield. It also has an onboard lab and computing facility. The crew is currently standing at 5, and they are looking for you guys exactly, plus 2 more general workers. They're after a pilot, a security, a technician, and I guess we'll call it communications manager.
Oh, well, I'm in administration, so I can do that. That sounds ideal. Let's go ask them.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything before heading to the ship?
I think this is a fine idea. As long as Lady Vespasia's for it, we can go ahead and proceed.
Well, yeah, everyone's ready to go. I mean, you all have whatever bizarre weapons and gear you were planning on carrying.
I mean, I just have a ray gun, that's all.
Whatever I have is
Um,
built into me.
You didn't marry that ray gun, did you? And then take its name?
No,
I mean-
no, that'd be my grandfather.
Okay. Please, Mr. Raygun is my weapon's name. Call me Jimmy. Yeah, so no, we'll go apply to the plant job. They're probably looking for us since we're like, ambulatory and have spines.
Uh-oh. Muted. One moment. Technical difficulties, such as they are.
Oh, I did not read. I did not read Mike. Literally, what I saw when I looked up. One moment, shit. So, but I was like, "Oh crap!
Oh, no.
Oh no, that's horrible."
Well, we definitely have spines, as Lady Vespasian mentioned. We do breathe air. I think we are fully articulate for this mission.
I don't breathe air.
Hey, are
So,
you
Double
are,
bonus, then.
are robots immune to psychic attack?
I think so.
I'm immune to biopsionics, where I can't be healed by biopsionics. I don't think there's any real damaging psionic attacks.
We can't like mind control people?
Don't think so.
Really? Wow.
I mean, if
okay.
there is, it probably says something in there. I think I'm as susceptible to it as a VI would be.
My discipline lets me heal AI and VI and true AI.
Oh, okay, because it
Oh, so you
says,
have, like,
yeah, but
electric
you're
heal or
you're metapsionics though, right? Because
Mhm.
it says that I can't be healed by biopsionics. So
Right.
you can probably heal my quantum core, but my
Mhm.
my armature is not healable by that. My
Right, of
armature
course.
can only be healed by spares, mechanical spares.
So-
Ironically,
Speaking of fixing, does anyone actually have the ability to fix stuff?
yes, I have fixed at level 1.
Alright, good, because I was afraid I was gonna be like the kind of pilot who's like driving down the road, gets a flat, gets out of their car and just stares and goes, "Well, I guess I can't do anything about this."
Yeah, no, I'm here for us. I have.
Got some extra spares for you if we ever need them, so that's good.
I also have built-in cutting torch and ripper bars.
6 units of spares even. Positech toolkit and a meta tool.
I can operate in complete darkness at no penalty, and I have low G microjets that allow me to fly at normal speed and microgravity or less. Mind
That's pretty
you,
great.
that does not allow me to fly. Just lets me move around in microgravity.
Right, yeah, microjet implies like if you had nothing dragging you to the ground, you could move a tiny little bit at a time.
I also have a built-in large advanced melee weapon and a plasma projector.
All I got is like the little pistol and knife that are default with the package. I'm not proficient in any weapons, so it wouldn't even matter.
I'm only proficient. I'm only proficient in shoot, but up to level 0.
Mm-hmm.
I took no 0, but I didn't look up what no involves. So if I have to pick like what I know, I still have to pick that.
Let's see. So we will level up at some point.
3 XP you level up the first time.
Yeah, and I'm just seeing like get a free non-combat level. What's
Yeah,
our
at
save?
level 2 you get to level up a focus. You reroll hit points.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Sorry about that. For some reason, Discord server went down for a few moments. It wasn't actually my mic. It was Discord. It was like, no, fuck you. So, before the technical difficulties, we were just about to head towards the Stellar Constellation, if I'm correct in saying. And I asked if anyone wanted to do anything else before heading to the ship.
I mean, wherever Lady Vespasia is, I am.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go apply for the job. Well, we're gonna check
Did the
this out.
fungoid have a name? The captain or owner of this?
Yes, it was. Have I
Unpronounceable
absolutely-
in the human tongue.
No, human. Well, the name that she gives herself to humans is Diana.
There we go. Making a note for everyone.
Okay. I was in. This is a giant spaceport. You've got easy. You know where the ship is generally, so Yeah, I won't force a roll there. You spend a few minutes wading through this giant crowd, but of course, most people move out of the way for you. As you are heading around, you can hear this. You can hear the speaker and the VoIP calling out, things that are happening around on the planet at the moment. General political nonsense. I imagine Lady Vespasian has had quite enough of this kind of crap. She hears it at home a lot. But it's still, the common people seem to enjoy hearing it and listening to it for some reason. You you arrive at the base of the stellar constellation after passing a number of ships, taking in trade, people, both. It is as I'd said, a large, blocky ship with old engines and generally looks kind of like an old design. You can see, as of course, are all above one checked. It is a safe ship. It is rigid. It's solid. It's just one of them kind of like, they've probably had it for a while and looked after it and improved it over time. But the outside shell is still its old original shell. When you arrive at the base of the ship, it is landed and attached to port with the bridge connecting, and standing at the entrance, I guess I would assume to describe it as the entrance that goes from a bridge that connects the ship to the port. You see a humanoid in just standard combat armor, holding a ballistic assault rifle, dressed in like a purple uniform covered in dots. And he notices you as you approach and kind of gives you guys a bit of a weird look and kind of shouts out, "You there? What are you doing near this ship? With a giant... Oh, wait, I reckon that. Oh, okay. Well, we haven't done nothing. This is illegal business." It looks to you, lady. Them telling you, this is completely legal business. You don't have to investigate us. We had this last week.
This is
I'm sorry.
Diana's ship, though, right? Is she around?
She's on board at the moment, yeah. Oh, wait, you ever work?
Yeah, tell her Jeremy Ray Gun's here to see her.
Yeah, of course. He goes down to his pocket and pulls out his compad and types a few buttons into it. He gives you, lady, I keep forgetting your last name. Vespasia. Lady Vespasia. He gives you a bit of a strange look and says, "Why would a local noble be looking for work on a hauler? You trying to split away from the family? I mean, it's none of my business, of course, but if you're willing to tell."
I'm sorry. Can you come again? I didn't quite understand that.
He's basically asking, like, how come you're going for a local, a hauler? Like, what you seek to gain? Not so much what you seek to gain. He's just asking
There's
what you're doing here, basically.
Oh, well, I apologize for my arrogance, as I realize that other people might not be as accustomed or as highly schooled in the vagaries that often appear in the higher court. But it is customary for a long tradition in our royal line for members of the extended family to go on a progress and to tour the world and others to get a better understanding, as it were. So, as such, it has been deemed by my family that I should travel abroad. And in keeping with the sense of aesthetics that have been traveled down the Holy Order of Triclavians since the very beginning of the days, when they first set foot on this planet by the result of their blood, sweat, and tears, that I too must prove myself worthy of the prosperity of all of creation by assuming a spacefaring job. And so so my crew and myself, after reviewing an near infinite number of options, decided to come here and ask about the availability.
Ah, interesting. Well, thank you for telling me. And he gives you a slight awkward bow, and he said, "Sorry, I'm I'm not from here. I don't know how you guys do things. After a few awkward moments, I will. The ship door, off in the distance, opens with a very satisfying. You see a vaguely, very vaguely humanoid body step out of it. As your eyes track from the bottom to the top, you see that that humanoid ends with a large fungal outgrowth on the top of their head. I am producing a handout in a second. I've just got to add the art to it.
You're ready to be shocked.
Yeah.
It's not that shocking. It's just the art from Stellaris. Because Stellaris has great art for alien races.
Oh, definitely.
The top of the head is, as I said, similar to essentially a giant mushroom with a human body attached to the bottom of it. It's a strange thing to see standing in front of you. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Show to everyone. I assume you all see that handout?
Indeed.
Awesome. Standing at around 6 feet tall, it slowly walks over. You see that it has the basic bipedal structure of a human. 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 hands, that sort of thing. And it's dressed in this regal brown and gold robe. It walks over to greet you all and gives you all a slight nod. And then its eyes slowly trace the party and says, "You're here for work, I've seen." And as you all hear that, you do realize its mouth never moves. It seems to just be producing the sound.
Well, that's right, Diana. I think you already know my parents a bit. They do the planetary leg of a lot of these hauling missions, to and from the spaceport. I'm looking for that pilot position you've actually posted up, and I think everyone else here can fill a whole bunch of the other ones.
Yeah, what he said.
Excellent. Please tell me about yourselves. How may I use your skill? And she looks to you, Lady Dematilia.
Oh,
and
all
says,
eyes on me. Good thing I'm used to this.
I
Well,
recognize your attire. Are you important here?
all souls are equal in the eyes of the Creator. But it is myself and my skilled and accomplished crew. They work diligently, tirelessly. They know no fear and they serve me with joy. We are seeking to expand our knowledge of the universe, and in the grand tradition that befits the proud yet humble Vespasian line, I seek to continue my progress and hopefully under your largesse as I seek gainful employment for myself and my attaché.
I keep saying a lot. That's such an annoying filler to use.
Hmm.
It nods as you oh my god. Stop. It nods as you talk. And it
Mhm.
looks over the party with I guess we'd describe it, blank expression.
Yep.
And
Right,
slowly
it is
nod.
unreadable mushroom.
Yeah, it's just an
Well,
unreadable mushroom. Yeah,
I
it's got a
yeah, they might be having responses on a olfactory level that none of us can properly perceive.
Pardon?
You might be emitting spores and pheromones.
Let me just check something real quick. Is that natural? I don't can visually and audibly detect use of sonic powers. Okay. Hunter,
Yes.
can you make me a notice wisdom check, please? Tim, you have a feeling of latent psionic energy about this giant mushroom. She hasn't revealed what she is yet, but you can sense you can sense MES around her.
Right. So I guess I would like into my Savok or my Helm's Comb. I'll be like, I got traces of MES coming from your from this person.
Okay. Well, as long as we're not apparently mind control's not a thing, so I'm not worried about that.
It is.
So anyway, we're here to apply for the position. I have reference. Sorry, I have. Sorry, I'm laughing. Lady Vespasia, what am I saying? I have references. Well, attaches, what say you?
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's supposed to like
Oh.
I said I have references. I turned to my attendants here. So what do you say about? So do you guys recommend me?
Of course they do.
Of course,
Yeah.
Lady Vespasia.
Yeah. Yes. See.
Yes.
You see.
She nods. Well, it nods and says, "Very well. Please follow me. I'll Oh, first of all, you probably want to know about the price, how much you're getting paid."
Be good to know. Also, what the job description is, duty, reparations, insurance.
You would. What? While basic forms of telepathy only function on intelligent creatures, alien.
You don't have to read everything I put to Discord.
Sorry. Oh, so you can't actually hear what she's saying. Nice. I've just forgot. Yeah, you're not biological, so you're just standing there listening, seeing these little tiny spores fly around, and the occasional twitch on her face, and the party's talking, and you're just like, what? But you can probably make an educated guess as to this is a biological thing. She looks at the party and says, "I have a starting rate of 20 credits per system traveled.
Is that a
Your
lot?
It's about average."
Okay.
She says, "Your general duties would be looking after the ship, maintaining it, and basically running the ship and carrying the goods there and back. You would be taking a cut of the profits equal to each star system traveled. And of course, while on board, you will be provided with oxygen, if you breathe it, and any food that you need."
Oh, that's good to know.
Complimentary oxygen, so generous.
Complimentary oxygen, no extra charge. Well, well, these terms sound amenable. I would like to review the contract at once.
"Very well. Please follow me." And it turns and begins to head back into the ship. I'm going to assume everyone follows.
Yes. Is there
Yep.
any way for me to what's the word? Commit an effort to try to tell what was the MES I was reading? Like it's a telepath. Is there something else going on?
You can, sure. You can expend a point of effort for the scene. Commit effort for the scene, sorry.
Okay.
And make a notice wisdom check using your psionics modifier, so +1.
Okay, cool.
So it's just a notice wisdom check at +1, basically. A 7. with a 1. You don't know the type of psionic energy that this is, but you can tell it's a little less controlled than most psionics are. Definitely a lot less controlled than you. You've heard about this thing somewhere in your past. You kind of blink for a moment. You remember references to a wild form of MES that is essentially someone who was able to maintain control of their psionic energy without formal training. Their MES is extremely unpredictable, and usually they don't have control over it either.
Okay.
For
What? I'm sorry. What kind of? Do I know what kind of effect this MES is having on us?
No, it isn't affecting you currently, or else
Okay.
you would know straight away. You know when psionics are affecting you. You
Okay,
just
cool.
know. Wild MES is usually just it happens and they can't stop it.
Right. Very cool.
Which is actually how most psionics awake. When you first come in contact with your own psionic abilities, it just kind of happens, and you can't stop it unless someone else stops it. Which is why psionics go insane, because they essentially burn through effort.
Yeah, my discipline's actually the one who's trained to help people make the transition, so that they don't go crazy.
Mm-hmm. So, you are slowly led onto the large ship known as the Stellar Constellation. As you would have expected, inside, it is, the classic grey, tight hallways, but yet large enough to fit this giant fucking mushroom in. So, all above 1, it is large enough for you.
Excellent.
She leads you through slowly to a very small, quaint bridge. There is a small transport map, computers blinking and flashing, and of course the main cockpit, where you can currently see a scrawny little human with grey skin and bronze hair, kind of sitting at the ship's controls, and he stands up and looks back at you all, and the mushroom makes some kind of clicking noises, and you hear some whirring coming from her, and the human looks to you and says, "Oh, you must be the new people coming aboard. Welcome, I'm Johnson. I'm the main mechanic. It's nice to meet you." And he
Hi,
walks
Johnson. Jimmy.
He walks straight up to you guys and just extends his hand very eagerly. You can see this guy's quite young. He's no older than 15.
Yeah, Jimmy will give him like an eager shake and go, "This is Vespasia, and these two are our friends."
He looks to all above 1 and says, "Wow, that's nice. What is that, Wingrace tech? Where'd you get it? How much did you get it for? Oh, what power cells does it run on?"
I appreciate your enthusiasm about asking these questions, but I don't believe I can answer these at this time. I say, which is I'm trying to be polite to tell him, shut. Where are you at? Shut the hell up already. But I'm polite about it. If you want me to make rolls, I can make rolls.
No. He kind of gives you a look and raises an eyebrow and says, "Oh, yeah, I'll be in the engine bay if you need me." And he just kind of scampers off very quickly. He stops at the door before he leaves and looks back at all above 1. And you see a little grin on his face, and then he runs off.
Oh, crud. It's not one of those robosexuals, is it?
He's probably just a kid who fucking thinks that this giant robot's awesome.
Leading to the death of the species, those darn robosexuals.
We haven't even reviewed the contract yet, and he already thinks we already hired.
So Diana then you all hear like a little attempt at a chuckle. She's like, that actually audibly comes from her this time. And she trills and then pulls out a digital device. It looks similar in tech to a combat. Walking over to the holographic table in the middle of the table, in the middle of the cockpit, and she kind of swipes it with her clawed hand. And you see on the surface of the table appears a giant contract, essentially, words, all that crap. And her head then turns to you, Lady D'Amelia, and she motions towards the table.
Oh,
This is,
excellent.
this is where you sign, and all that.
I will begin reviewing the contract.
Make me an administration intelligence check, please.
That is definitely one of the skills I possess.
Don't want to miss that clause of perpetual slavery or having to use an iPad or anything like that.
Oh, these arbitrarily have attributes. I guess intelligence. Okay, something came out.
7 with a 1. Okay. 5 and a 1. You spend some time, let's just say about 30 minutes reading through the contract. It's fairly plausible, you know. It says if you're not lethally hurt, they will nurse you back to health.
Yep, excellent.
There is an agreement there to, if food needs to be rationed, you agree to rationing, as well
Standard.
as oxygen and water. If it needs to be rationed, it gets
Excellent.
rationed.
Does anyone else in my crew here, do any of the rest of you have administration as a skill?
Unfortunately not.
I don't know that I even have legal rights.
I do not.
And Hunter, well, he might not. He doesn't remember now, does he? Okay. Well, I guess I read this by myself, and having rolled a 7 and suitable, I think, well, obviously is the beneficence of the creator. The very first job that we found is the one we're going to take. I'll sign off on this.
There is a strange clause, however. If you die while serving under Diana,
On the ship, yeah.
or on the ship, anything like that, you agree to become food for Diana.
Oh. What sort of food?
It is fungus.
Oh, well, I am pleased that the contract includes a natural burial free of charge. I will sign off. The rest of you can sign off too.
Oh, I'm ready to get off planet, and as long as the ship seems good to like my own senses, like this isn't just a hunk of junk on the inside or anything, then I'm gonna sign off.
Well, if you can just make a review. I mean, the atmosphere seems breathable, and they have at least one human crew member.
If you want to make a fix wisdom check to try and have a look around the ship, you can.
Well, I don't actually have the skill, but I could still roll that then, right?
Actually, wait, no, you're a pilot. You have more knowledge about how the ships would fly, so a pilot intelligence check would be fine by me.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and pick out intelligence.
You're more
8.
concerned with if the ship can fly. It can fly.
Right.
It's sturdy. You haven't got a look at the engine bay yet, but you would assume it has a spike drive. And you did see on the back of the ship extended fuel stores. You know that much about it.
All
this
things
would
seem
be-
in order.
This would be a frigate-class ship. You reckon with a functional crew of 10? Well, it's going to need 10 people at least to run it.
Well, we got the majority of it in here, so that's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and turn around to Vespasia, give her a little thumbs up.
I don't know what that means.
It is a
means I feel pretty confident about this ship. This is going to be fun to fly.
Excellent. I approve of your colloquialism, and I will respond with also a thumbs up.
I'm glad we covered this now. Like, he's not doing, like, thumb across the throat. I don't know what that means.
Vespasia, we have to get you out more, but I guess that's what this is all about, huh?
Well, you know, actually, it's a misconception that thumbs up actually means positive. It's a sign from the Roman arena to kill the gladiatorial victim.
Well, I'm giving you a thumbs up, and I'm going to apply my own connotative meaning to it. And you can't stop me.
So it is a fingerprint. It is a fingerprint sign. So if everyone would,
I imagine I don't actually have legal rights, that my legal authority in this situation is one of property. So when Lady Vespasia signs, she's signing that I'm on board as well, as her property.
yeah, you see the fungus thing kind of looks at you and then looks to Vespasia and says, "I think that thing falls under your jurisdiction. We can provide charge for it if needed."
I'm glad they're not charging us for air.
Well, then you're saving money on my behalf.
I did roll for
Um,
that.
Yeah, how are you powered anyway?
Type B batteries once a week.
Chemical batteries?
Type B, I guess Type B's are chemicals. I didn't look it up, but no,
Do you have
I
to-
run
Good
on Type B.
question.
I run on Type B's, or I can be plugged into a power source. It takes one Type B per week if I'm outside of a power source.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to stock up on those.
I have 4 of them, so I'm good for a month right now.
Okay. Do you exhaust power faster if you exert yourself?
No.
Okay, good to know.
So, is anyone want to do anything before signing the contract?
I might just do a quick little tour of the rest of the ship and make sure, like, the quarters are adequate and such like that. Any full journey into space thing a pilot would necessarily think to do.
Okay. Roll me a notice wisdom check, then, please.
Okay, notice. That's one I don't have, but let's see how I do. Oh, pretty okay.
Okay. You're very consistent with a 6 as well, which means one positive result.
Ooh.
So you spent some time just before you signed, like kind of looking around the ship, checking the quarters. The quarters are small. You get about the same size as the back of a pickup truck. No. How would I
Each,
describe
not
it?
like for everyone, right?
Yeah, no. This is like each, yeah. Enough to fit like a single bed and a desk and a toilet into the, one of them fold-up toilets.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
one
very
of them.
compact.
Very compact, very small, but you kind of check the bed, it's comfy, there's a mirror and stuff. As you're going through the rooms, you open one of them to find another passenger of the ship. This is a very large alien. A crab, kind of. He's got a shell, a very small face. Imagine it looking like a Fallout 4 Mirelurk, but a bit more humanoid.
Okay, so very wide.
Very wide, he's got a large carapace shell, very small face, giant claw-like hands, but the hands are actually appendages with fingers rather than giant claws, just very club-like. And he's currently holding a large machine gun that he's fixing, and his eyes turn to you very quickly, and you see the black, what would describe them as, like opal eyes staring at you. He
Alright,
doesn't
so
say anything, he just looks at you.
okay. And I'm just gonna be polite about it because I'm doing the tour and I just go, "Hi, I'm Jimmy. You must be with us on the ship too. We're just signing up right now. Nice to meet you. You do security?" I'll say, like, looking over the gun. Is that a
He just
positive
kinda
grunt or a negative grunt?
he kind of grunts and just kind of motions to the gun.
Gotcha. Well, we'll be introducing you to a couple other people who'll probably be helping you out with that.
The head kind of pivots up and down. You assume it's an attempt to nod.
Alright. So, I'll go ahead and leave him be then. No need to, like, invade his quarters here.
You did notice that the alien's quarters was filled with weaponry, like knives, grenades, that kind of thing. You kind of, after talking to him for a few seconds, and you leave and you think about it and you think, if that guy's not the security guy, Diana's doing something wrong.
Definitely. So it might be worth bringing up to Diana and just going like, "Oh, I saw one person on my way. Didn't get a name. It didn't seem like he had the vocal cords to talk."
But do you go to the engine bay? I assume that's the mess hall is about your standard. It's about the size of a normal medium large kitchen with a table for enough for about 10 people to around a basic kitchen, that sort of thing.
Right. So
And
it's perfectly functional then.
yeah. Anywhere specific you want to check?
Not that I can think of. I was mostly concerned with our own well-being and probably Vespasia's as well. She's probably not going to like this whatsoever. But I will go ahead and go back, inform Vespasia of what I saw, and of course, strike up what I was saying earlier. It's like, oh, I saw someone over in the quarters, Diana. I didn't quite get a name. Who's the crab-like individual?
He is from my homeworld. He is called Krathax, a noble warrior of the Seventh Blood.
He's got quite the hobby.
Yes, well, he can't communicate with you carbon-based biological forms, so he simply shoots you, or anyone who gets in his way, or I tell him to shoot. He is my main security. You hear another attempt to, you hear another attempt to chuckle as the giant fungus in front of you goes,
Well, I figured you would need one for all of your long hauls. But, well, you have all of us now. So, things seem good unless Vespasian objects, so I'll go ahead and sign too.
Okay. Hunter, what about you? Anything you want to do before signing?
No, not really. He just signs it. Like he doesn't even read it. He just signs it.
Okay.
Mental
like,
note,
oh, yes.
make sure he is literate at some point.
Okay. After signing, the fungal looks to you and says, "Right, about your duties." She looks at the compad for a few moments, and of course you signed your names and things, so she looks to you, Lady Dematilia, and says, you signed formally, so do you want me to call you Lady Vespasia or Dematilia?
You may address me as lady.
Very well, lady. Your
I mean,
main...
well, not a princess or anything.
Of course. Your main job upon this ship will be Master of Communications. She points over to a large, very much not looked after communications desk. You can see like computers blinking and stuff, a microphone, a headset, that sort of thing, and open communication panels and buttons that seem to indicate each room on the ship.
How fascinating. How adorably quaint.
It is old tech, but it works.
Where's the
And it's-
documentation?
What do you mean?
Where is the service manual?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, we threw that out ages ago.
I know.
Enough space on the shelf. I had DVDs to put there.
I'm just sitting there like with my hands folded over each other, probably in the Merkle triangle. Merkle triangle sounds good. And yeah, just sitting here like, so talking about the manual,
We
notes, service
we
diagram.
Look, it's easy.
Oh.
You press this button to answer and this one to send.
She kind of walks over to the desk and says, "That button broadcasts." And you press the room buttons to broadcast to specific rooms. And that one to start a wave.
So I'm a switchboard operator. Does this also have external communications, or is it just internal?
Yes, the button with the wave is how you connect to other ships.
Excellent. I shall attempt to familiarize myself with this device at once. Mr. Raygun, you appear to be familiar with this device?
Yep. Here, let me go ahead and pull this up on my datapad here. And I'll, like, slide over a file for you titled Consoles for Dummies.
Yeah,
Well, if you could find
Raygun,
a manual that matches this one more precisely, it would be appreciated.
Raygun, do you want to make me a pilot wisdom check, please?
Hey,
No, intelligence.
Master All-in-One, you are only capable of searching databases once a day?
No. I can do it multiple times.
Excellent. Look at this device, familiarize yourself with it, and attempt to find a service manual. Perhaps there is
Okay.
one on the net if it is of a standard construction.
I can only do it
How's-
limited number of times a day.
As you do say that, Jimmy Raygun goes, "Aha!" And he pulls up a service manual for this model. Not this specific one, but very similar ones.
Close enough. I now will endeavor to RTFM. It is joy to be working with my hands and to understand the machinations of creation.
It is pretty exciting for you to finally be hands-on doing something like this. I imagine.
I can't wait till we repel our first borders.
What specific duties did you have in mind for your henchmen?
Oh, well, they already have a pilot for the ship.
That's me.
Oh, they actually hired you as the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I suppose the rest of you are stevedores. Get to work hauling heavy boxes and putting them aboard the ship.
Pretty much.
I suppose one attaché would remain with me, since Master All-in-One has an incredible amount of brute strength, and apparently exerting himself doesn't exhaust his power supply any faster. Then he'll be lifting the heaviest of boxes. Sorry, they will be lifting the heaviest of boxes.
Okay.
The captain will remain with me. The rest of you get to work.
Oh, what a conflicting order. Supposed to stay by you and guard you, but you've given me a direct order, so I can't contradict. Turning around.
Yeah.
Oh, this went
Turning
Alright.
jump block. Lifting
I'm in the
box.
I'm in the middle of the ship, and the captain's with me. So it's like, this room only has one entrance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
we like to
it's
call
Dr.
that,
paradox too.
in the tactical world, we call that a dead end.
Well, it's a ship. Plus, also, I can't have all 6 of you standing in here. Anyway, go ahead and assume your crew positions because we don't get paid unless we actually go to the next place. The sooner we can lift from here, the better. It is in our best interests to see the rest of the stars.
The fungus creature kind of hums a little as you say that and says, "Yes, I will. I am expecting a pickup in the next few hours, in fact. So you better familiarize yourselves with the ship.
If you want, you and I could talk about the flight plan, and I could go ahead and get to registering that with the spaceport.
Well, you see, it's hold on, I've got to find the exact wording for this. I've forgotten exactly what it's called when you make this kind of jump. Sorry, not jump. We don't have jump drives, you have spike drives. This type
Yeah,
of
what the hell's a
drill.
spike drive?
It's essentially a jump drive, just different name.
Okay.
They jump certain distances.
Hmm.
The higher level the spike drive, the further you can jump. So, like a level 1 spike drive, it might take us a couple of jumps to get to a place. Where like a level 3 spike drive might take 1 jump to get to a place.
Mm-hmm. So I'll move you guys to the map quickly. Just to give you an example. A level 1 spike drive can go that far. Level 2 can go that far. Level 3 can go that far.
Yeah, it's just like Traveler.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't move you. Okay. No, it did. It did. No, it didn't.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
Ooh, there we go.
There you go.
Just doing some quick real things. Right. She says that the rudder on the ship is about 3 years old. This means the navigation system hasn't been updated for about 3 years.
Oh, that's no good.
It's serviceable. You know as a pilot that most ships have rudders around 1 to 5 years old. It just makes it a bit harder to drive, basically.
Alright.
Trimming the course, drill activation. Okay. Other than that, Hunter. She looks to you and says, well, you hear her say, "You are a weapons expert, yes? Or a doctor? What you have applied for?" She looks down and says, "Oh, weapons expert. Excellent. You look small enough to fit on the small cannon we have. Would you be okay with that duty?"
Yes, we're needed.
Very well. She looks behind you, and you see a small door, about 3/4 of your height. It's just inbuilt into the wall with a hatch, and she says, "The cannon's there. It's a simple laser cannon, but it works. That's what's important."
Turn four, and I open the cannon, the hatch, and jump into the cannon to like test it out.
Mhm.
Not the weapon, but test out
So
how I sit.
yeah, so basically you open it and you see like an upwards shaft with a chair in the bottom. You sit in the chair, the door closes, and you go up, and then you are basically inside a glass dome with a small cannon in front of you and like weapon controls. It is a laser cannon. It's not currently activated, of course, because she's got it turned off. But yeah, you can get yourself comfortable.
Okay.
That leaves all of one and the
Entourage.
That's the word I was looking for. Entourage.
You found it.
Man, I guess you guys start doing manual work, moving the cargo onto the ship.
Yep.
Awesome. I
Brain
mean,
the size of a planet. Moving boxes.
yup. It's not exactly hard work, but do you want to make me an exert strength check?
I'm committing a point of processor power to gain affinity with my armature for that benefit.
Uh-huh.
I guess that means you don't have armor penalties or anything, right?
No, it increases my strength bonus to +3,
Oh, sweet.
which is effectively just 1 extra. So I'm just putting a modifier in there.
Yep. And 11. Damn, boy. Yeah, it's very easy for you. So, let's talk about what you are hauling. So, Mr. Jimmy Raygun, make sure you note all this down. I'm about to read out the cargo that you're holding.
Oh boy.
Large city. Expansion region. Additional modifiers are sporadic hyperspace. Oh. Oh, that's not exactly hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that the cargo? It sounded like you were listing like the location.
Oh, no, I was talking to myself there. So what you
Okay.
are getting is 19 units of assorted medical supplies.
Got it.
And 26 units of rifles. Of weaponry, basically.
Very cool.
So 19 units of medical supplies, 26 units of weapons.
Okay.
These are being hauled to the planet Honey. Hani. In Sector C5. Which is 4 sectors away from here. So that pays you 80 credits. Sorry, 5 sectors away from here. It's C. It's A5. Sorry, Sector A5.
A5.
So 100 credits. Yeah, A5, so 100 credits.
Got it.
Okay. So before takeoff, is there anything anyone would like to do? Oh, sorry. Lady Demetilia, as you are familiarizing yourself with the system, could you please make me a program intelligence check?
Of course. There it is. Anytime you want to respond. There we go. Yes. Mighty number 9.
It's not the worst roll in the world.
It's
You're
actually pretty
definitely
good.
Yeah, it is very good actually. You're gaining good affinity with it. It's not entirely too complex. I mean, you've had to understand the family tree of some of these minor noble families, and trust me, that thing's like when you put your earphones in your pockets.
Mhm.
So this is you're pretty fast learner.
Yep.
But other than that, there's a few hours before the ship actually is cleared for takeoff because it takes a long time to load 27 metric tons of rifles and pistols and shotguns.
Of course,
Um,
gives me plenty of time to just like do all the paperwork I
Pre-prep.
have to do for piloting.
This is an old class ship. It is, in fact, I'll tell you the name of the company who made it. Why not? I clicked on my wrong list. That isn't. No, that. Bruh, it was the right list.
You already heard him. It's a why not class vessel.
Yep, it's a why not class vessel. No,
You said frigate earlier.
It is a frigate ship, yeah. I'm just getting the company. Where the fuck is the list of ship manufacturers? Why not? I like it.